Yo, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to talk about the Lakers signing Mac McClung and Chaundee Brown. Correct me if I'm wrong if it's not Chaundee Brown, but let's get right in today's video. I would love to hear those lovely opinions down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of these signings? And do you think, because they're Exhibit 10s, and now let me explain basically what an Exhibit 10 contract is for the ones that do not know. An Exhibit 10 contract is a 1-year deal that guarantees a player will receive training camp invitation. Exhibit 10 players get a bonus up to $50,000 to sign with a team's G League affiliate if waived. They have to play for the affiliate for at least 60 days to get paid. Basically what they do this, so they probably won't make the roster, and that is because, and they probably won't get a two-way contract because of them already having Joel Ayaya and Austin Reeves on two-way deals. Now this brings the roster to technically, like, they right now only have 12 players on their rosters, with that being Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Talen Horton-Tucker, Kendrick Nunn, Marc Gasol, Carmelo Anthony, Trevor Ariza, Wayne Ellington, Dwight Howard, Kent Bazemore, and Malik Monk. Now, when you look at that roster, their guard position, Wayne Ellington, Kent Bazemore, Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, Talen Horton-Tucker, it's interesting because I think it's going to be approached by committee. You'll probably see, I would like to see probably Wayne Ellington start because he's the best shooter out of the bunch. And you would probably have a rotation of everyone: Talen Horton-Tucker, Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, and Kent Bazemore. Kent Bazemore can also play wing position. So with Mac McClung there, do I think maybe Joel Ayaya and Austin Reeves actually makes the roster? I think yes, because they don't have a backup point guard, really. Russell Westbrook does not have a backup. And Austin Reeves is pro ready. He's 23. And that makes me think that Mac McClung could make a two-way contract. And even Mac McClung could make the roster as the 15th man, okay? Mac McClung is an athletic freak, and he's a hustler. He can dunk. He can win in fast breaks. He's a great transition player, and he can get steals. I mean, he's not going to be a defensive player, but he's a guy who could be one of those hustle players that LeBron loves, like we saw with Delly and Alex Caruso. So I really think Mac McClung could follow in that vein. So I think they bring Austin Reeves in, and I think they also bring Joel Ayaya because he's a shooting guard who is too skinny to play small forward, but he has some ball handling skills, so he could be a secondary playmaker, like a third point guard for them, and their fifth shooting guard. Then you go to the small forward position, Trevor Ariza. Like, LeBron's probably playing power forward this year with Anthony Davis starting at center and Dwight Howard backing him up, with Marc Gasol being the other center. Then at power forward, it's probably going to be LeBron James backed up by Carmelo and Trevor Ariza. And then at small forward, you could argue that could be Carmelo, Trevor Ariza, Talen Horton-Tucker, and even Kent Bazemore working in there. And if they move up Joel Ayaya and Austin Reeves to the roster where they'll be at 14 players, they could right there, hypothetically bring themselves to have a few players that I think they could rotate at the small forward. Like, I think at the small forward and shooting guard positions, they're going to have to go by committee, just like rotating their players. And because the backup center in center positions locked up with Dwight backing up Anthony Davis. LeBron is playing power forward, probably with, Trevor Ariza and Carmelo backing him up, as those are like the two most likely who could play a power forward. But this also brings me to, like, you could argue maybe they keep Austin Reeves and Joel Ayaya on two-way contracts, and they sign some small forwards and power forwards like James Ennis and maybe a power forward. I'm trying to think of someone that they could benefit from, right? I mean, Jakar Sampson could be someone that they could get that could help them. Or they could look for someone along the lines of I'm trying to think of someone who's in free agent. I don't know why Bismack Biyombo always comes to head. And he's obviously not the answer. But a guy who could stretch the floor. Spencer Hawes, are you out there? But yeah, so I think that really would be their best. Mac McClung, I think, will make the roster. Chaundee Brown, was shot 41.1% from three. I haven't really spoken about him. And he's more of a guard, playing small forward. Like, I like Chaundee Brown. He's not a bad player. And, like, good guy, you know. He's 6'5", and he can play some small forward because he's 215 pounds. And I like the cat, okay? He's a good player. And he played 3 years at Wake Forest and then went to Michigan. And he is more ready to play in the NBA than Mac McClung. He shot 41% last year from three at Michigan. And he's a guy who isn't the world's best defender, but, you know, he's a guy who can stretch the floor and on his best day be a plus defender. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of these signings? Did you guys like them? Do you think that waste of contract space? I don't know. Let me hear what you guys think. I think they were good. That's it for me. Peace out. A-Town. Oh.